411 Calisthenic Lifestyle Podcast, where we bring you tips and tricks to improving your calisthenic practice to get you faster results you deserve. Hotep, I am that I am. Some call me Haru, your modern monk, your cannabis fitness strategist. Back at it again, here for you. What's good with you? Just transforming lives daily. That's what we're here for. To inform you, to give you some insight, some concepts. Not necessary theories, but facts. Facts to life. Facts to engage within the mind of deeper thoughts. A lot of us out here have been in a world of unhealthy, unfit mentality. And that's what we're going to be talking about. Are you fit but unhealthy? It is a difference. And I would like to refer to a book. Not just a book, but a theory, but a knowledge-based, fact-based, entwined individual known as Dr. Boz Moreno. I just interviewed him last week. And you can re-listen to that interview, therefore, down there. Give me a pause. Hold on one second. As I continue, it was some really good feedback I have gotten from people from via text, responding to the interview that we did, Mr. Dr. Boz Moreno, and some of the thoughts of what we was bringing up on stem cells, as well as enzymes, and formulating some things that how we can approach dis-ease. Look, one of the things that's interesting, I've been, because has been a journey of mine, even though I'm doing some part-time work here, part-time work there, working a job, and as a fitness professional as well, you still got to keep on your research. You got to keep up what's going on. And the one thing you got to do, and what enables you to do that, is to keep your health in check. Keep your health in check and keep your fitness in check. A lot of us, it's kind of interesting because a lot of people I meet, they may be fit on the outside, but they may be unhealthy on the inside. Or it might be vice versa. They may be fit in the inside, but unhealthy on the outside. That second fear or sphere may not be the case in most cases. But let's journey into more of these thoughts. Let's start asking some questions and kind of engage in some thoughts of, the costly truth about health and fitness. I would like to recommend the brother Boz, Dr. Boz Moreno's book, The Costly Truth of Health and Fitness, of healing medicine. Let me break that down. I got the title wrong, but it will be embedded down in the in details down below this podcast as well. But I just want to push the envelope a little bit. I want to push you a little bit. I want to get you to start thinking a little bit more. Thinking and putting action to work. That's another thing people fail to realize. We talk about how healthy we are and this and that, but then we're constantly looking to be helped with these so-called sickness that we get every other month. In some cases, every other few weeks, people be coming up and they got some, every few weeks they're sick. They're dealing with dis-ease. And the interesting thing is, I'm not claiming that I'm not never sick and this and that, but I rarely do get sick. I happen to get sick at the end of the days of this last new year, 2019. I haven't been sick the whole year, and obviously it was a lot of stress I was encountering, coming into this new year, working on doing some things, making a huge move here in the next couple of months, actually transferring out to another state, and really wanting to get some things in clarity, even though, and in some cases it can be other significant others too as well, the stress, the pressure that's been put on you too, and vice versa. But I'm going to just dive into some things or some thoughts that I've been kind of contemplating. And that's the whole point of the podcast, right? Like I usually say, the podcast is kind of like my thoughts thinking out loud. And I'm sharing them with those of you who actually tune into the show, the 411 Calisthenic Lifestyle Podcast. Over the past, you have been hearing, and engaging in some of the interviews I have been doing over the years. And I have many things that's been out there. I'm not claiming that I have all the answers, but one thing about me, I would love, and I do look for the answers, if that makes sense. That's why I think I'm the best personal trainer that you can actually hire. Because one of the things, I'm going to be real upfront with you. I'm not going to BS you. I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm going to be straight up. See, this is one of the things I got to say too. Over the years, during my adolescent years, growing up, coming up, it was interesting because all my coaches, and I talked about this in the past, but all my coaches were hard asses. You know what I'm saying? These coaches were like straight up, don't play Vince Lombardi type coaches. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the reasons why I think when I'm looking at all my organized sports ventures, we were successful. We were winning teams. It never was a time that we were just a losing team. We didn't lose. We lost so much that it was so bad. And it's kind of interesting because life has been showing me that too. Every job I have encountered, we tend to become the number one business. You see what I'm saying? And that's even in all the ventures I'm working within, because being a part of a team or playing your part on that team. You see what I'm saying? Being self-driven, being self-determined. These are certain things that I think we don't really pay attention within our health, within our fitness element. Look, no one's perfect. No one has all the answers. We know this. And your doctor with the white coat, like I've been saying, and that's been something that I never could understand. We're going to these people. Look, they have a practice. They're practicing on you. Hence, clear. Is that clear? They're practicing on you. Therefore, you're wondering why you're causing these other diseases within your body. See, I'm an old school type of practitioner myself. When you're talking fitness, when you're talking health, I like old school remedies. That's another thing I think with our problem is we're eating too damn much. And our combinations of food is so bad. Think about it. Even when you go to these restaurants, you got 6, 7 portions of different foods that really don't harmonize within your body, therefore causing flatulence, causing burping, causing dis-ease within your body in the long terms. That's why I'm a big advocate of fasting. And yes, some people can say right now to the point, oh, Haru hasn't been fasting. I haven't seen him. I've been seeing him eating junk food, this, that, and the third. Yes, because I have been... At this time in my life, it's been transitioning. You know what I'm saying? Transitioning into certain forms or way of lifestyle to be able to fit what I'm actually doing. But therefore now, that brother said, but therefore, thou thus doeth to thee. No, what it is, we all go through transaction too. You can always make a transaction at UAreTheGym.com. But at the same time, we're always in transition. That's the key of life, transition. And how you are transforming into these transitions are the key. How fit do you want to be? How healthy do you want to be? Are you fit enough to be able to play with your grandbabies? Are you fit enough to understand your children, or to be able to interact with your children on a physical level? You feel what I'm saying? These are things that I think we don't really pay no attention because we're caught up in everything else. Via who's on my Instagram, via who's checking out my Facebook page, or my Twitter page, some of you who's caught up in the Twitter world, hence Donald Trump. But that's another story. So let's engage into it a little bit more. Let's go a little deeper. I'm not going to be here that long. We're already at the 9:30, 9 minutes and 30 seconds going into it. I just wanted to just kind of get you to start thinking about some things. The difference between fit and healthy. Some of us are fit, fitness, utilizing fitness, may go to the gym every day, every other day, whatever your regimen may be. One of the things is an indicator of really being fit is really physical fitness. When I mean by physical fitness, being able to do normal things that you every day doing, like, a squat. You know what I'm saying? Picking up things in the proper manner. That's another issue we tend to have. Because we tend to have, some of us want to, show off our little strength, so see what we can do. And then we end up getting injured because we're improperly picking it up or whatever the case may be. Even just a little yoga would change that whole aspect. You know what I'm saying? Incorporating some yoga, incorporating some strength or some stretching in your beginning when you wake up. Our bodies are very delicate, right? They're very delicate. Therefore, we pop on the health side. Now, and a lot of us are eating just a lot of bullshit. I mean, come on, let's keep it real. You're popping this McDonald's every 5 minutes. And it's kind of interesting, even working at Home Depot. I've been working at Home Depot the last 10 months or so. And it's kind of interesting seeing the young people, but what they're being eaten. Not even just the young people, but people who's well older than me. They're eating this McDonald's bullshit. And really you seeing, and you can see the results. That's the crazy thing. You see the results. You see what it's doing to the body. Therefore, okay, a few weeks later, they're sick. Therefore, a few weeks later, they're having these complications. And one thing about this younger generation with all this McDonaldization, this Arbytization, and all these different types of fast food, you're realizing that they're not really able to... I don't think they're really able to see the bigger picture due to, my metabolism is super fast and I can get rid of it and do. I'm a small kid and I can do this. I'm a small this and I'm small that. But, after a certain amount of time, and usually it's 25 to 30 years old, you really start seeing changes within your body. We talk about this all the time, especially on my other podcast shows, that when I get more deeper into, hiring a personal trainer, some of the things you recommend, that I recommend and suggest. So some of the things we don't really pay attention. We're going to these doctors, getting these daily or these yearly checkups. And one of the things that's kind of interesting too with the youth, they're coming and they got more subscriptions or prescriptions than anything than some of these older, particular gentlemen or young women and ladies are dealing with today. It's kind of interesting because we're coming down with autism. We're coming down with all these diseases that really triggers this ADD phenomenal, these mental problems. And one thing about these mental problems, the mental problems, stop making excuses for these fucking mental problems. Excuse my language. Now y'all know what's up. This is adult. I'm talking to adults. Stop making excuses for these fucking mental issues. Everybody keep getting off, especially in Colorado. It's so bad. You got mental institutions everywhere around here, and they keep justifying and letting these particular mental problems dictate these outcomes, especially when you're going out shooting up schools and killing people, and then all of a sudden it's a mental issue. So they get this certain time and then they're out the next week. Come on, what kind of shit is that? It sounds like that phenomenal issue with Reagan, the dude who shot Reagan back in the day. Y'all know what I'm talking about, those of you been around on this planet for a minute, when they shot Reagan and they end up letting him out a couple years back. You know what I'm saying? This is not a... Look, this is all strategically being done. Your medical industry is the one, or this pharmaceutical industry, the big pharma, they're the ones who actually pushing these agendas. And the saddest thing is we're going to them for advice. We're going to them for every element. They're going to give you the problem and they're going to give you the solution. That's what we think. You know what I'm saying? So we rely on these white coats, as my brother would say, Dr. Boz Moreno. We rely on these white coats, but all they're doing is putting you in dis-ease financially, physically, and mentally, and spiritually in some cases, because we're so caught up in Everybody got a mental problem. This is what we're caught up in within this society. Everybody's claiming that, oh, he's got mental problem. It ain't no mental problem. What it is a food problem. It's an overeating problem. It's a dis-ease problem within our particular way how we getting down as a society, as a culture, especially in North America. Stop making this excuse. I'm tired of hearing people saying, oh, you're in the best country in the world and this and that, but you never lived in another country. And then the other thing is, how do you know that they're not happy within where their sphere is or where their mind is? They may be more happy. They're less stressing. Yeah, they got to worry about polluted water and this and that. Yeah, in some cases. But their bodies has adjusted to those particular waters, to those particular lands. You feel what I'm saying? So stop giving excuses. That's another thing we have here in this culture, in this society. That's why it's been kind of interesting too, because the principles we rely on are no longer there. The principles have been thrown out. The ethics, the morals has been thrown out the water. We no longer want to be accountable. We want to make somebody else accountable for our actions. Therefore, we're crying because of the results of a Donald Trump pulling bullshit pranks like he do daily. And we could talk politics, but I don't give a damn about politics, because politics don't really have nothing to do with nothing. Keep it real with you. Look, screw all this taboo subjects. Some of these things got to be talked about. Politics, sex, religion, all this shit got to be put out there. It got to be well known. Look, people got to know where you stand. If you ain't standing for anything, what are you here for? Think about that. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Come on. Bob Marley was hitting you up in the 70s telling you what's up. Now, and if we can't even get that and understand what's going on, all you Bob Marley fans, you free-spirited fans, if you claiming you free-spirited, but free-spirited actually stand up on something. Like my brother Mufasa had hit it up and said, freedom means fuck it, right? Freedom means fuck it. Because we know these politicians been just bullshitting you for the last, 200 some years. Literally, they've been bullshitting you for the last 200 some years. And then the interesting thing is that when you talk in the Constitution, everybody always want to stand on the Constitution. The Constitution haven't been in effect since the beginning of the Constitution, since the 1776. You know what I'm saying? And you can pull my cards. You can do whatever you want on that. Go check it out. You see it within. Go check out all the statutes that they just added to and all these amendments that they have created. All your so-called attorneys in this country. And you're wondering why we're getting so far away from the political agenda, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? We got bias. All these particular news channels, media channels are just horrible. And it makes sense anyway when you're talking being fit and being healthy. You see how I came around in a circle with that? Because, see, some of us can be fit. And don't take me wrong, you got gyms everywhere. Matter of fact, the CEO of Gold's Gym was even talking about the phenomenal example of how home gyms are starting to push these commercial gyms out of the water, literally. And it makes sense because more people are starting to be home bodies, right? Most people are being not really, don't take me wrong, we traveling, but we want to make sure everything is at home. That can be a problem, and that can be a solution as well. It really depends on your situation, I think. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. Because if you're self-driven, if you're self-determined, if you're self-disciplined, you can make it happen. You are the one they truly need you up front, upside. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got the Elon Musks and all these particular people who have been able to push the envelope. Now check this out. I'm going to conclude this. We're getting down to the 20-minute mark. The point I want to ask you right now, you listen to this podcast, And you can listen to many other podcasts as well. But this particular podcast is going to start kicking your ass. That's the whole point of You Are the Gym. To kick your ass. Let you look, it's all about action. If you're not taking action, you're not doing anything. You're losing the game. You're losing in life. Because if you're not taking action, and look, people can pull my car. You can say what you want to say. You can do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. But my point here is to push you. It's to get you to start taking action. Take control of your mind. Take possession of who you are, your mind, body, and soul. Here's a question for you. Are you fit but unhealthy inside? Or vice versa? But my point is this. When you took this year, 2020, I'm going to kick your ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to kick your ass. I'm bringing up subject matters. It's going to be some subject matters that's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt your feelings. Because all of us, like they say in that Constitution, equal, being equal. We're not equal. Nobody's equal. You feel me? Nobody's equal. You got to make that equal and stop being average. Period. Be obsessed of everything, as Grant Cardone. Everything you do. I'm obsessed about my health. I'm obsessed about my fitness. I'm obsessed about my music. I'm obsessed about my art. I'm obsessed about everything that I do. I want to be the best in everything that I do. Period, point blank. That's my focus. And nobody's going to take me off that. And I advise you to do that too as well. If you're serious about your lifestyle, about who you are, what you can become, that's truly what time it is. And I'm going to end it on that. Much love, peace, and happiness. I'm out. You Are the Gym. You can always go to UAreTheGym.com, and that's you with a U. Much love, peace. I'm out.